Hello, welcome to what channel is this? This is the Jesus Loves Your History channel for the book that I wrote. I am posting readings here because Into the Mystic Ash LLC is in timeout. I'm being punished. Oh god. They're punishing me with the only thing they know they physically can with their policies, but it's they're literally deleting my videos so that there's no proof that they blocked me for inappropriate reasons or blocked my videos. They're deleting the video. They're not allowing, they're not showing me what specifically they're blocking me for. And before you ask, it's not because I was playing music. I wasn't playing music, and I don't usually get those ones taken down. I just get those ones copyright stricken. But I am currently working on an amazing product that I'm going to infuse with blessings for the new year. If you would like to pre-order, I'm working on a product link on Patreon. I'll try to upload it to YouTube so you guys can find it. Unless you already have access to PayPal, you can PayPal me and then email me the details. But I'm going to need your name, your mailing address, and proof of payment, which is fair. And then also maybe something along the lines of a blessing, a particular blessing that you'd like me to infuse in for you for the year. Oh, God. Okay, this is a Keanu Reeves reading because I'm feeling like it and I want to. And I know most of you ladies love these, so that's what we're going to do. And it's my gift to you for the new year. Now, the first card that flew out is not something I'm terribly excited about. Seven of Swords, which is a sad, a sad state of affairs, Mr. Reeves. What's going on? Oh, really? Coupled with the Devil card and the Ten of Wands, or the Wheel of Fortune. I almost said Ten of Wands, which is like very oppressive energy. Somebody is very, very deceptive. To your face, sir. To your face, or you're being deceptive to try and spin this Wheel of Fortune, try and change the trajectory of your future. You know, just because let's say you got a reading or somebody did your future telling or you went and spoke to a seer, right? Just because somebody says something to you and a lot of it starts to play out in reality doesn't mean the end result has to be. We give these readings, we give these glimpses into potential future as an opportunity to show you your options, right? Like if you maintain course and you continue on your current path and you don't deviate and you don't make adjustments, this is a likely outcome, right? But if you decide, you know what, maybe I will take that other path. Maybe I will take the suggestion of change. Maybe I will adjust. There are certain things that you can steer away from completely. You can extend the lifeline of something, right? So let's say somebody says, well, if you continue to, smoke at the rate you're smoking and you don't do anything to clear out your lungs and you don't, X, Y, and Z, then, you're probably not going to make it past this said year or whatever, or you're going to have this kind of a health problem. If you don't make those changes, then yeah, you're probably going to see that as being a legitimate future for you, but you can make changes and choices. Now, somebody as well known and prominent and visually at the forefront, such as yourself, sir, right? Everybody knows you. Everybody is connected with your energy. Everybody, and I say everybody, but I mean billions of people. Like, people probably know more about you than they do of Jesus Christ. You know, like, everybody knows you. So, this deception might be your doing. You might be intentionally deceiving to adjust your your fortune wheel, your wheel of fortune, your trajectory, your path. Maybe you wear a disguise to connect with somebody. And or maybe you use a different company and a different person to represent your interests so that people don't know it's you, so that you can make adjustments or changes business wise, right? So let's say you want to buy a particular company, and every time you try to buy a company under your own name or your own whatever, people always find out, and then the price goes up, and you're like, what the hell? So maybe this is, deception to try and get a better deal, a better fortunate deal. Like, if they don't know it's you, maybe they'll be more reasonable with what they're asking, or they'll at least leave the price what they initially stated. They won't change the price just because they hear you're attached to it. Oh my god, didn't I say 10 of Wands? This is a burden. Look at this. Somebody has a lot of bags. Bag lady, you got too much stuff. That's me. I was thinking about it. I'm like, if I had to pack myself up today, how long would it take me, and what would I need to bring, and what bags would I fill? Like, I do this regularly with myself. It's an exercise, right? So let's say, for example, the house starts burning down, or there's a massive flooding that's coming this way, or a crazy storm or something, and they're like, you gotta evacuate. What would you take with you? I grew up in Santa Clarita in Stevenson Ranch, and we had fires that you wouldn't believe, and we had to be evacuated, definitely evacuated at least once. My mom didn't leave. She was just like using her she was using our hose and hosing in the back behind the house to try and keep it away. She's a badass. Anyway, my grandfather had a song for her. Annie, get your gun, get your gun, get your gun. Keep 'em on the run, on the run, on the run. As like a reference to Annie Oakley. Anyway, but this kind of reminds me of that for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just somebody who's just packed up and leaving with as much as they can possibly carry. It's ox energy. It's Chinese zodiac sign. I don't know if that's relevant. There's an ox here. She's in this white dress and these like combat boots. Her jacket and her bag, and then a bunch of other bags. She's carrying her wand with her. The ox looks peaceful. She looks peaceful. It just looks like a resolve. Like, hey, you know what? This is what I've got to carry, and I'm not complaining. I'm just carrying what I got to carry. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. Whatever that reference is. This is a burden. It's like you're disguising yourself, and it's burdening you because you don't have access to all of your tricks and tips and all the things that you normally have up your sleeve because you're under the guise of somebody else. So maybe normally as Keanu Reeves, you could throw your name around and you could get certain things done at a lot faster pace, or you can get people to get on board a lot quicker, like you a lot faster, or participate, or this or that, just because it's you and your name and your brand or whatever. And it's taking longer. and it's feeling heavy. It's like, why is this? It feels burdensome, you know? I can't just take off my mask and say, look, it's me. Can you just get on board now? You know, like, you put on a mask for a reason, to protect yourself and to protect your investment or to protect your desires or whatever this is, right? I feel impatience here because it's like I can't just do it. It's slowing me down. It's the baggage of this mask is heavy. Maybe the actual physical mask that you're wearing is heavy. Maybe you've created this huge elaborate scenario to figure out, is this company telling the truth? Is that, maybe you paid to send somebody into a business and work for them at the bottom level just to see, is what they're saying true? And it's taking longer, but it's because you don't want to make a poor mistake, right? You want to make a good decision. So is there any advice? Oh, that's a lot of cards. My goodness. Come here, friends. Oh, I just dropped the burdens and I dropped the mask. They both fell. Okay. Feels like you might be doing that soon. You might be dropping the mask. You might be dropping the burdens. And it almost feels accidental, like, whoops, my mask fell off. And then you're like kind of locked in your head about it. And you're like, oh my God. Ooh, there's a lot of activity here. A lot of discussion. This is like you being worried about telling the truth, right? It's like, oh, this is actually me. And this is kind of the environment. It's like 10 of cups, but it's also 5 of wands. You know? Really happy, but also fuck you. This looks like a fight. Fighting around the world like Russell Crowe. Fight around the world. Sorry, my accents are absolute shite. But it's like there's going to be happiness, like, oh, it's you, but there's also going to be a discussion. Like, why would you lie to me? Why would you go and do all of this elaborate gymnastics? You didn't trust that what we told you was true. And, okay, I can see where they're coming from, but at the same time, I can see where you're coming from too. And I see 3 of cups and 2 of wands. Somebody left a celebration. Somebody left a collaboration, right? And this was justice. This was justice. So they must have copped on. Your mask slipped somewhere. And they figured it out. And they left this collaboration that they were initiating with you. They're like, something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. I need to step away from this situation. So maybe the company got a little weird, or whoever the person is was like, okay, something doesn't feel honest. Something feels like 7 of swords. It feels deceptive, and I don't know what it is. So I'm just going to step back, right? And let the chips fall where they may. And this is justice. This is balancing of the scales. You know? It's actually a good sign. Like, oh, why did they, why did they step back, blah, 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 this whole thing failed. It's like, actually, it's a sign of spiritual intelligence. This person feels the situation and they call judgment on it. They're like, this, something doesn't feel right, something doesn't feel good. I'm stepping back. Even though your deception that you are in at the moment isn't to be, you're not trying to be deceptive to be nasty. You're trying to be deceptive to protect yourself. It's a deception. And this person that you're dealing with is very intuitive and they're picking up the deception. It's like, I don't know what's going on here, but whatever it is, no thank you. Right? And they're just operating on the information they've been given. Right? And then we've got Page of Wands, Knight of Swords, and then Knight of Wands. Right? So you got Page, Knight, Knight. It's like there's a communication, right? There's communication. Somebody is going to have a very logical communication with somebody who's very spiritual. And I feel like you're probably the Knight of Swords, right? So this person, this business, whoever this was that you were working with, they're like, okay, something's deceptive, we're cutting this off, right? And then it got you kind of running away at first. And this other person is fine. They're still in their energy of bliss because they're not energetically in the wrong. You, sir, have to go gather your words. You need to go gather your words and run quickly to go have a conversation with this person, right? You put in a lot of energy and effort to gain an understanding of who this person is, and I do believe that now you know who they are, and it's time that you approach them as you are. You know, hey, you know what? I researched the business. I had somebody come in and work for you under a guise of something else. I understand why you fired them. You felt the deception, but the deception isn't what you were thinking. I did find out that it actually is a good company. It is a good group, and I do want to invest in you. Right? I do want to invest in you. I think you're fair. I think you're ethical. I think you're compassionate or a giving organization or whatever this is, you know. So I think that's the message. Happy New Year. We'll do another Keanu Reeves reading for you, sir, probably soon. I'm just going to keep doing them until I get enough people to start doing my lives again. Oh, okay. Oh. Happy New Year.